Good morning, class 11. Today we are going to start with your English Hornbill book, chapter 1, The Portrait of a Lady by Khushwant Singh. Let's talk about the author first. Khushwant Singh was an Indian author, lawyer, diplomat, journalist, and politician. His experience in the 1947 partition of India inspired him to write Train to Pakistan in 1956, which became his most well-known novel. Next, theme. The story is written in first person and is in a biographical mode. It is a perception of Khushwant Singh of his grandmother through his own eyes. The story shows the special bond and connection between a boy and his granny and the changes that happen in their relationship as time passes by. Coming to the summary. Khushwant Singh recalls his grandmother as short, fat and slightly bent. Her silver hair was scattered untidily on her wrinkled face. She hobbled around the house in white clothes with one hand resting on her waist and the other telling the beads of her rosary. Khushwant Singh remembers her as not very pretty but always beautiful. He compares her serene face to that of a winter landscape. During their long stay in the village, grandmother woke him up in the morning, plastered his wooden slate, prepared his breakfast and escorted him to school. While he studied alphabets, she read the scriptures in the temple attached to the school. On their way back home, she fed stale chapatis to stray dogs. The turning point in their relationship came when they went to live in the city. Now, the author went to a city school in a motor bus and studied English, law of gravity, Archimedes' principle, and many more things which she could not understand at all. Grandmother could no longer accompany him to school nor help him in his studies. She was upset that there was no teaching of God and scriptures at city school. Instead, he was given music lesson which according to her was not meant for gentlefolk. But she said nothing. When Khushwant Singh went to a university, he was given a separate room. The common link of their friendship was snapped. Grandmother rarely talked to anyone now. She spent most of her time sitting beside her spinning wheel, reciting prayers and feeding the sparrows in the afternoon. When the author left for abroad, grandmother did not get disturbed. Rather, she saw him off at the railway station. Seeing her old age, the narrator thought that it was his last meeting with her. But contrary to his thinking, when he returned after a span of 5 years, grandmother was there to receive him. She celebrated the occasion by singing songs of the home, coming of warriors on an old dilapidated drum along with the ladies of the neighborhood. Next morning she got ill. Although the doctor said it was a mild fever and would go away soon, she could foresee that her end was near. She did not want to waste time talking to anyone. She lay peacefully in bed, praying and telling the beads till her lips stopped moving and the rosary fell from her lifeless fingers. To mourn her death, thousands of sparrows flew in and sat scattered around her body. There was no chirping, and when Khushwant Singh's mother threw breadcrumbs to the sparrows, they took no notice of the bread. They flew away quietly when the dead body of grandmother was carried away for last ride. So children, in this chapter, we learned that how Khushwant Singh presented his life experience with his grandmother so beautifully, having innocence, friendship, love, connection, kindness, selflessness, respect, and acceptance. And what we analyzed is, however, it is clear to the reader that the narrator will never forget his grandmother. He is grateful to her for everything she has done for him and knows that she has made him into the man that he is today. In reality, the narrator's great influence in his life has not been his parents or the things he may have learned in school, but rather it is his grandmother's influence in his life which has shaped the narrator. From a young boy to a grown man, she has always been there for him. So students, hope you understand the chapter well and have a good day.